Podcaster Bilal Harry Khan discusses the challenges of growing up with his name in the UK and makes a plea for people to try harder with names they are not familiar with. I promptly replied, "I don't talk to strangers," but then my mum approached us. It felt safe, so I said, "My name is Bilal." The man said, "That's a very strong name." "Do you know about the famous Bilal?" I said, "No," he told me. Of Ethiopian descent, Bilal ibn Rabah was born a slave in Mecca in 580 AD. He went on to become a trusted disciple and companion of the Prophet Mohammad. I thought, wow, that's a cool story. The Rastafarian man went on to tell me about Bilal's beautiful voice and how he was chosen by the Prophet himself to lead one of the first calls to prayer. "Can you sing?" the Rastafarian man asked me. No, I replied awkwardly, hoping he wouldn't make me. But inside I was instantly proud. I felt finally proud that I could own my name. And embrace it. If my name came with such a strong history, I thought, then I was no longer going to shy away from it. I was born in northwest London in the 1990s and grew up my whole life in Neasden. My mum is Jamaican of mixed East Asian and Black Caribbean heritage, and my dad is Kenyan of South Asian heritage. Although he was born in East Africa, his family is from a part of Kashmir that is now Pakistan. I guess I'm not your conventional mixed-race Brit. I remember being annoyed that one teacher would call me Bilal. Both my parents emigrated to England when they were teenagers and met in school. My parents did a great job at showing me both sides of my culture, but in terms of the food I ate and the music I listened to, I had a stronger affinity and connection to my Jamaican side than my South Asian side. Neasden is an ethnically mixed area in North London, and I didn't grow up around many white people. But most of my teachers at school were white and they struggled with my name. Some would outright butcher it. I remember being annoyed that one teacher would call me Bilal. I would think, that's not my name. That's not how you pronounce it. I couldn't understand why he couldn't pronounce a name like Bilal. At the age of about 8 I remember sitting down with my nan and my cousin. I told them that I was very upset about my name. I told them that I wanted an easier name so that I could navigate life without constantly having to explain myself. I wanted an English name. I wanted the name David. You may also like, my wife can never call my name in public. My first name and surname are always a problem for people. There was no particular reason why I chose the name David, I just thought it was an easy name to grasp, a nice, simple, biblical name. But I soon started having doubts. My family called me B. So changing my name to David wouldn't make sense. I decided that maybe I needed an easy white person name that started with the letter B. I briefly toyed with Ben. But, no, I didn't want to be a Ben. I didn't feel like a Ben. There's another thing with the name Bilal. It's a Muslim name, from my father's Kashmiri ancestry, but I'd been brought up as a Christian. So I got a lot of questions from parts of the Caribbean church community. Where is your name really from? How did you get a name like that? Why would your parents call you that? Isn't that a Muslim name? The questions were, and are, constant. It's tiring. It felt like I was having to explain my backstory all the time. I couldn't just be. That's a lot for a young boy in primary school. If you're called David or Ben in this country, you don't have the burden of constant explanation. But once I had been told the origin of my name by the Rastafarian man in Shepherd's Bush, I stopped wanting an English name. Now it's other people who seem to wish I had a name that was more like theirs. After university,